Hey guys, it's Gator, and I decided to ladder for a little bit because Dueling Network was down. That is right, I had to find something else to do because DuelingNetwork.com was down. So I tried to ladder. I lost a couple battles. I used Sandvale Glisor in these battles, and they would hit everything. Um, this one guy, okay, I'm sitting here with Glisor. I go for substitute. His Tyranitar breaks it with Stone Edge. I go for substitute. He still breaks it with Stone Edge. I don't know why he's not going for Crunch or anything. I'm guessing that's like the only he's locked into it or something, which means he's probably banded. So he doesn't miss a single Stone Edge. So I go into Jirachi, I wish, and I end up getting a nice switch into Glisor. Full HP Glisor, ready to go again. He goes straight into Tyranitar and spams Stone Edge, and he still keeps hitting, and it pissed me off. So I lost because of that. I was relying on the odds. The odds were in my favor. That wasn't a Hunger Games reference, but they were definitely my favorite. But they just didn't turn out. So I lost that. So I decided to pick up this team again that I've been using for a while. I made this team, and I was like, you know what? This team fucking is garbage. But it's the only team that's gotten me anywhere decent on the ladder as of recently, which isn't me. I don't play that often, so that hasn't happened that often. But every time I did hit about 1300, I think a couple times I got 1400 something. It was with this team. I think the reason is because it's so unorthodox and you don't expect what the sets you see. Besides a couple sets, because you can't have everything unorthodox. Otherwise, they're just gonna expect that. But anyways, let me click start here, and then let me click pause so I can show you the teams. I can't show you. I'm gonna tell you. His team: Tyranitar, Celebi, Landorus, Terrakion, Rotom W, Scizor. That is the most standard sand team I have ever heard of. There's not, except maybe a Skarmory instead of one of those other thingies. My team: Metagross, Tyranitar, Gyarados, Rotom Wash, Terrakion, and Landorus. Gyarados is really, really good on this team. Even though I don't have a Rapid Spinner, it's a Rest Talking Gyarados, and it switches into a lot of physical threats really well, and it can scout out to see what Terrakion's going to lock into. Or even if I just need an Intimidate, it's just really good to get off an Intimidate because there's so many powerful physical attackers right now. I'm gonna stop trying to sound like I know it all because I don't. And this is actually plus 16 minus 16, so this is an evenly matched battle right here. So I'm gonna play it, and we both decided to lead off with Landorus, and he's gonna scout out to see if I'm Scarfed. I'm trying to scout out to see if he's Scarfed. So I go into Gyarados, and that was a bad switch for me, so I'm forced to switch. And I have nothing to take a burn, but I know I don't need Tyranitar except for Stealth Rocks, so I'm just going to go straight into Tyranitar to take a burn, or I thought he would Volt Switch. So now he's going to Volt Switch, and that probably confirms he's bulky, as that did like nothing. And he has Will-O-Wisp. He might be special attacking. So I'm going to get up Stealth Rocks. I'm assuming he's going to get up Stealth Rocks. I did not want to go for Earthquake because he has Celebi and he has Landorus, and he predicts my U-turn and goes for Pursuit, and in the comments he said LOL banded. So we already found out that my set is banded, and you'll see why it's banded later. So I'm going to go straight back into Landorus as he goes for the superpower. So Landorus is already almost dead, and he's my main threat for the team. So I wanted to go for Stone Edge here, but I decided to keep the momentum, and I went for the U-turn. I'm going to go into Rotom Wash, because I know Rotom Wash, I'm modest, max special attack. I can kill with the Hydro Pump. So he just goes into Tyranitar as Death Fodder, because you don't really need your Tyranitar in a Weather War unless you're packing like a Latios or something. So I'm winning 6-5. He goes into his Rotom, which indicates even though he has a Celebi, so I was curious as why he went into Rotom. So I just went into my Tyranitar as fodder, and now both our Tyranitar fodders are done with. And I believe I go back into Landorus here for a last time, and instead of going for Stone Edge, I didn't want to miss. I went for Explosion because I wanted a clean switch in. So I'm just going to destroy his Landorus, and that's going to make it 4-4. I think both our Tyranitars and Landorus has died. Now, let me pause. Hold up. Right here, I know he has Terrakion, and I know if he's banded, I'm going to get screwed. I wanted to go into Rotom W originally, but I decided I'm going to go into Metagross because anything on his team right now could be tricked with the Iron Ball. And the whole reason I have Iron Ball Metagross is obviously for Choice Banded Landorus. It hits Rotom, it hits Skarmory, and basically just Earthquake, whatever got Iron Ball to shits. Plus it gets really, really slow, so Landorus will definitely outspeed it. It can hit Latios and Latios. It hits a lot of stuff. And Choice Banded Landorus is no fucking joke. One it KOs Gastrodon. One it KOs like Wrestle Chest with Kingdra, I think. One it KOs a lot. But it doesn't one it KO is Max Defense Uniclus. Uniclus is a fucking bitch. Anyways, yeah. I go for the trick here expecting the Rotom. But he goes for Roost, which is really good because I got rid of that Iron Plate. So now he has an Iron Ball, and I have the Iron Plate, which I could actually use for Meteor Mash, or I can try to trick it later, but I don't think I get that opportunity. So he goes into Rotom now because he knows my Iron Ball's gone. I can't really do anything. I could try to trick it, but I have my own Rotom. He's just going to go for the Will-O-Wisp, and that's perfectly fine with me. The only thing I would possibly need Rotom for is Scizor, but I already have Gyarados. So I'm going to go for my own Will-O-Wisp. I didn't want to go for Volt Switch, figuring he'd go for the Pain Split, which he does go for the Pain Split. So that's nice, and instead of going for the Volt Switch now, I'm still going to go, I'm going to go for Hydro Pump, expecting him to Pain Split again. I want this Rotom dead for the Metagross, so I can try to trick something later. So I think I go for Volt Switch now, and he ends up switching, which is great, because I'm going to get Switch Advantage. And I think I go into Metagross, because I don't have anything else. Yeah, I go into Metagross. I should have tricked right here. I don't know why I didn't. Instead, I went for Ice Punch, which was I think that was a misplay on my part to go for Ice Punch. No, it wasn't, because I wanted my Terrakion to be able to kill it with Stone Edge, so I had to keep whittling it down. So I didn't get the opportunity to trick. So he's going to go for Hidden Power and kill me off, and I know Terrakion Stone Edge will kill it now. So I'm going to go into Terrakion, and here I go for Swords Dance, because I already know he's going to switch. And I wanted to see what type of set his Terrakion was, if it was Banded or Scarf. So I was going to let that happen. I was going to go into Gyarados, get the Intimidate off, and see how much damage the Close Combat or Stone Edge would do. Since he goes for Close Combat, it's pretty clear that he's scared of the Terrakion, but I'm pretty sure that's Scarf. So he's going to go back into Celebi, and I'm going to go into Rotom as Death Fodder. And thankfully it dies. If it didn't die, he would have got a Recover off, and that would have been bad. And here, I think he makes a really bad misplay. I think he went for Giga Drain just to get damage. So I end up going for Rock Polish because I don't give a shit. Because this Terrakion, let me tell you about this Terrakion. Let the videos. The Babiri Berry. No, you cannot put a Babiri Berry on a Terrakion and make it be effective. That just happened. The Babiri Berry saved me. I don't know if it saved. I don't know if that would have killed. Actually, I don't know. But it's cool to use a Babiri Berry. I've done it a couple times. So what usually happens is I just swept the rest of his team with a Terrakion. But what usually happens is when they see the Metagross, they just bring in anything. Like unless they have a hard counter like a Rotom W or a Skarmory, which is their initial switch in the Metagross, they'll just bring in like Scizor, try to wear it down with the Volturn combo. And if Scizor gets tricked the Iron Ball, I can live a Bullet Punch easily from Scizor, and I can retaliate with Close Combat. And it also helps me ease the chance of me staying in and just going straight for Close Combat, because I wouldn't care about Bullet Punch because of that berry. And it also helps bluff the choice item, of course. Anyways, that's this battle. Hopefully Dueling Network's back up. Otherwise, I'm going to be battling some more. But as always, make sure to like the video for good old standard stuff. And the Babiri Berry Terrakion, the Iron Ball Metagross, which is really the heart and soul, that and the Gyarados of the team. Because that Rest Talk Gyarados takes a lot of hits. And the powerful Choice Banded Landorus, 1 KO and everything, except Max Defense Uniclus. Anyways, it's Gator, and I'll see you guys next time.